Get out. Brutus inside. Oh. Brutus inside. What's up, Fat Boy Fox? I've got to clean up my garage. Sorry I'm late, everybody. Real life takes priority. What's up, Ken? Ken in here. Can't tell how bad the signal is or good. Says it's pretty bad. Yep, started a little late, guys. I apologize. It was not intentional. There you go. Sounds good, Ken. What's up, Fat Boy Fox? Man, downtime is hard to come by. I've got like no downtime here. I had to force getting the radiator in so I could get the boss running last week. How's my picture, guys? Is it bad? Because it's showing I got like one bar. I'm trying to see if there's another way to do this. Trying to get some more signal here. Got Boosted in the house. Got Sublime. What's going on, everybody? How bad's the picture, guys? Be honest here. It's not great, that's for sure. I might move this show inside. Yeah, all right, let me move it inside. Stand by. I try to do it in my garage, but it'll be more comfortable inside anyway. Won't be grainy anymore. There we go. Man, it's still showing one bar, and I'm like inside. That's kind of crazy. Picture better? Should be better. Yeah, it looks better. What's up, Anthony? Still in Norway? Yeah, 480p. Probably about right. I didn't pay for the upgrade to StreamYard. What's going on, Smacky? Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be live today, guys, but we're gonna go for a little bit. Yep, got the boss back up and running. Drove it to work today. First time I've taken it out in like, I don't know, 2 months. Al, what new car? Did I miss it? You got a new car, Al? I didn't know you got a new car. Let me see. Al, what car did you get? Oh, it's a GT. I thought you painted the V6. I wasn't paying attention. Nice, Al. I like it. I got back 28th, currently intending Mustangs in Daytona since it's in my backyard. Oh, I hear you. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I'm staying active duty or not. I've got a few months to figure it out. What's up, Cletus? Yep, I saw that, Al. Yeah, I saw that picture. For some reason, I thought you painted your old car. That was my fault. Yeah, Al, looking forward to seeing it. You gonna put a Cobra front bumper on there? Let's see. That's pretty cool, AB. Or Anthony. Pretty cool, man. How much did it cost you to sponsor it? I'm poor, man. I can't afford ritzy stuff like that. I'll go ahead and put this up right now. Yeah, so we got the Boss back up and running. It wasn't leaking, so that's good. I was a little worried about one of the T connections on the hose, on one of the hoses, because when I was putting the water in it, it was dripping water a little bit, but then I kind of adjusted it a little bit, and it was fine. So I think it might be something I have to replace in the future. Yeah, I'm just happy that car's back up and running for sure. I got you, Al. You daily the V6? I gotta get the Fox running. I couldn't even start it yesterday. The battery's shot. Something's wrong with the battery. Like, it's sitting on my trickle charger. It says it's full, but it's I can't get the starter to turn over. I think I think something's wrong with it. I think the battery's just bad, and it's pretty old. And it's a cheap battery. What's going on, Tim? Yeah, Sublime, you guys look like you all had fun. That track day looked really awesome. What was the time you ran, Sublime? You said you ran like 10.8? 10.7. What's going on? You can't handle the truth? Handle the truth? What's up, Al?
What up, Matt?
How you doing, man?
Not too bad. Just, excited for this car. Gonna be picking it up.
I didn't realize that it was a new car. For some reason, I glanced at it because I was at work. I don't know where I was when I saw it. I assumed you just like painted your V6.
No, you didn't notice that it wasn't a convertible either.
I glanced at it, man. I was when I get a bunch of texts pop up. I'm not on my phone all the time, so like I don't get to I just quickly look at it and move on.
Yeah, getting it from my buddy's brother. He sold it to his brother originally after me and him did a lot of work to it, so
I got you.
Now I'm buying it from him. So I'm going to be picking it up on Tuesday.
Cool. What's anything wrong with it?
I mean, it's been sitting, so it needs a battery, but he used to drive it at least once a month, but it's been sitting for the past 3 or 4 months.
How many miles and what mods does it have?
So it's got around, it's a little bit on the higher mileage side, but it's been gone through already. So it's got about 160 to 170, I think,
Mm-hmm.
from the last time I've seen it.
Those two valve
But
motors are
it's,
pretty bulletproof.
yeah, but it's got 410 gears in it. It's got an intake on it. It's tuned. It's got Excel coils on it. SR lowering springs, and it's got my old EcoBoost Mustang stock wheels on it. Plus,
Okay.
you know, originally it was a maroon, like that really deep maroon kind of color,
Yeah.
like dark red. And then my buddy, before he sold it to his brother, painted it grabber blue because he wanted a grabber blue car.
That looks good. You gonna change any exterior mods?
I may transfer over the Cobra bumper from the V6 if it doesn't sell by then. By the time I feel like transferring it over, or I don't know, maybe just like the GT style, like the bigger side scoops on the side.
Yeah. So we got I gotta get out to some more events. I know you guys did the hot dog shop the other day, or hot dog store.
Yeah,
I was at my dad's
we just
place.
went out there. Yeah, I rode the bike there.
But I know so our local racetrack here in Jacksonville, I guess Jeremy Mayfield's racing on Saturday. One of the old NASCAR racers. I don't know anything about him. I've heard his name before, but they're making
I
a
know
big deal of it.
September I'm gonna try to go to Bristol for the Cletus and cars and I think it's like the Cletus 500 where they race all the Crown Vics with nitrous.
Yeah.
And they're doing that on September, I think 3rd and 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you that'd be a ton of fun.
So shouldn't be too bad.
Yep.
How that radiator install going?
I still got to get my freaking Fox exhaust buttoned up. The battery died completely on it, so I couldn't start it the other day. So I got to go buy a new battery. And like right now, I've got the over the axles zip tied up to the bottom of the car. Man, I can't. Anthony, you gonna pay for my gas? You pay for my gas, maybe I'll come down. The gas is outrageous right now, and it's even coming down. But like the moment I bought my new brute of a vehicle daily driver, gas went up like $1.80, and it gets 13 miles per gallon. So that's no bueno. That's like average 13 miles per gallon.
I would love to go to Bradenton over there to do the spectator drags at his track. Yeah.
Well, they're doing they've been doing spectator drags here recently up in Jacksonville. And yep, they've been doing that recently, and they were supposed to last Saturday. That's when they were going to have the full contact drag racing, and I was going to take the boys, but they canceled it due to the rain.
Yeah, I saw that. I was going to try to go after work, but then it ended up not actually raining.
Yep. What's up, Yellowhammer? What's up, Connor? How you doing, man? Yeah, I gotta get back on. I'm kind of at a point right now where I want to keep making videos, but like I got a lot of other real world things going on, so it's my time is very limited.
It's a hard mixture of the balance.
What's up?
It's a hard mixture of time and balance that you got to put into it.
I don't know if I'm getting out of the Navy or not. So if I do, then that's severely going to limit my time for a little bit. If I don't, then I should have more free time. We'll see. Until I have gainful employment locked up, then I'll be busy. Busy bee. What's up, Rich? What's up, David? Welcome, guys. I think I put the link up, but I don't think I pinned it. Let's pin it real quick. 1 second. What's up, Boost Addict? I'm going to do this. Anyone else wants to hop in here for a little bit? I don't know how long I'm going to stay on, guys, because Been pretty busy, but we got the boss running, drove it to work, felt great, felt good because it's got new tires on it still. I can probably need to change the brakes here soon. Hey Al, I really want to take it to the strip with its new tires and run it. But I think before I do that, I want to change the plugs, maybe even change coil packs. I'm not sure.
You can probably go with a good set of plugs in it. Just before.
Yeah, I hear you, Connor. I'm not intentionally pumping the brakes. Well, I am because I just don't need to go out and spend gobs of money. I mean, I got lots of mods that are sitting in my garage for the boss. Like I still have the full drivetrain sitting in there, so I need to get that going. I don't know what that means. KKFC president. But yeah, I still got to get my wife in there to drive the boss. I just don't. Dude, man. Again, it all goes back to time and schedule. It's just everything has to line up right. But she drove the Fox open headers, which was surprising. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Doing good, man. How you doing?
You think you're gonna go to pits next year?
What's up?
You think you're gonna go to pits next year?
I'm not sure. I'm not even certain right now. So I don't have a ticket, obviously, or they haven't posted it yet, right? You can't do it yet.
No.
No, I don't know yet. It's not cheap, and I can't just spend gobs of money.
I understand that.
But by then, I will know, where I stand with what I'm going to do. I should probably know before the end of November. But
then you have plenty of time. Typically, registration's only in end of November, beginning of December.
Yeah, so we'll play it by ear. I'm also supposed to go do that the Roush racing event up in October, and I might. I don't know, man. I'm debating whether or not I should do it or not. I've got a lot going on. It's not cheap to drive up there. I've got free lodging because I got family up there, but it's expensive to drive up there. There's other factors that are going on too that it makes me kind of second guess it. Downhill Daddy with a $10 super chat. Hey David, I appreciate it, sir. I didn't have to do that, of course, but it all goes and helps the channel for sure. And hopefully we'll bring some more sweet Fox vids up here soon. I'm hoping. I think I'm kind of set with mods on the boss right now for what I've got in the garage, but I'm ready to start kind of touching up the Fox. One of the videos you guys haven't seen yet is every single imperfection that the kid who had the car before me, he obviously couldn't park very well, but he scratched it, bumped a couple things, right? Some good size scratches, but I found the exact paint code and got the rattle canned it about the clear. I sanded it down, rattle canned it, and I need to clear coat it. That's the one thing I got left. And it's not going to be perfect, but honestly, if you're looking at it on camera, you don't see it. You don't see anything wrong with it.
I mean, it's a project car.
And dude, it looks good. For what I paid for that car looks great.
You don't want to know how much I paid for this GT and for how it looks.
$800.
No, I wish. No, $2,000, but still for a new GT running and driving.
Yeah, that's what I got my Fox for.
I mean, it's hard to find any.
Well, the good news is Yellowhammer. If it fails and it falls off, even though I sanded it, then I just redo it. I'm good. I'm good learning. No problem. Lesson learned. Probably should have primed it. I didn't. I just used the touch-up spray paint can. So we'll see. We'll see how long that lasts.
A lot of time, those touch-up cans are like a primer paint mix already.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of weird because when you spray it, it's called silver frost. That's the color I've learned, and it has these silver flakes in it, and it was fluttering in the air. So I quickly made sure I shut the garage so none of that crap got on the boss.
Yeah.
David, how you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Tim, I hope you're doing well as well. So Connor, what's going on, man? Why you pumping the brakes on mods, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know. Connor, have you been putting up content? I haven't been getting anything from you. He's a fellow boss owner there. I know. Well, I probably shouldn't say because I don't know if he's posted it yet. Yeah, it's for sure a long week. That is for sure. It's
Yeah. Our work went through a whole management change right now. We lost our last 2 good managers.
You're still at Toyota, right?
Yep, for now, until they piss me off, but they have yet to do that.
Dude, I'll tell you. You're using a play on words. I hear you. Okay, hold on. It was purely a pun. I missed you say that. Okay, 6 piston calipers. Yeah, I've heard there's a good way to do it, Yellowhammer, where you can get the 6 pistons for a heck of a deal, and I forgot what the way it is. Yellowhammer, Brody, I don't think he's in here right now, but he's got some big news. I don't know if I can share it or not. He doesn't do YouTube fully, so I don't know if I can share it or not, but he's got some big news coming up. Probably not news you're gonna want to hear. Let's say that. All right. Been out working this extreme heat all day, takes it out of you, especially with the humidity. Oh, for sure. Yeah, we do training out in the field. God, you got some people who they don't take care of their body the way they should. Like, I'm not in the peak physical condition, but like I'm active, right? And there's people that aren't active at all, and man, these guys suffer when they are out in the heat. 10, same here, but thank God there's really no humidity in Arizona. Oh, you're in Arizona right now?
It's a nice dry heat. You ain't walking through a swimming pool just trying to get to your car after work.
Yeah. Well, dude, I was outside with the kids, and like in the evening, it's nice and it's a little cooler, but the gnats are freaking terrible.
I don't have that much of a problem where I'm at, but for me, I walk out the door, it feels like I'm literally just stepping into a 8-foot deep swimming pool.
Okay, so Yellowhammer knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, we lost. Do you see my comment response to your question, Brailsford? Hold on, David. I'm doing good. Been bowed up since mid-May. Arizona is on pipeline work on this. In Arizona on this pipeline work. Man, what pipeline? You guys need to speed it up, Dave. We need cheaper gas. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. Yeah, dude. Gas. God, it is so ridiculous. Like between gas and food. Like, I hate complaining about the same things every day, but it is.
Yeah, I started driving my truck more just for the sole fact that it's the only thing I have that takes regular.
I just don't understand. Like, my grocery bills have just gotten phenomenally larger, like way larger, and it's just going to get bigger because my kids are growing. So,
Yep.
But I should be promoting hopefully either next month or September, one of the two. It'll be a welcome promotion. What's up, dude?
Yeah, I like your early promotion gift.
Yeah, I've been waiting for one. I've been wanting one of those forever, and I figured, you know what, I can justify it here. Yeah, but it's nice. I need to get an optic for it.
Yeah, I need to get my my SW40. I want to get it Cerakoted and detailed.
I heard on the radio, David. Dude, they were saying, hey, dude, Salty, what's going on, Salty? It is affecting everybody, guys. Like, I drove the Boss today because, well, first of all, I need to test it anyway, but it's more fuel efficient. The Boss 302 is my most fuel efficient car that I own. Isn't that great?
Yeah, for me, it's a Honda Grom.
Yeah,
but it's kind of impractical at all this rainy weather. So I drive my Nissan hardbody pickup.
that's not a bad truck. I wish I had my dad's old
No,
truck. My dad tried to give me. He had an '87 Toyota pickup, 4-speed with a 22R. And he tried to give
mm-hmm.
it to me forever ago. And my wife's like, we don't need another car. And like, I was like, you don't turn down a car. Like, you don't turn it down. You don't say
It's
no.
free. I mean, I got
Especially
mine for free too.
especially that car, that truck will run for, it had like 250,000 miles. It still ran like it was brand new.
Yeah, so I have my hard body is a 90 and it's got 115,000 miles on it for a 1990.
Has how many
Five
miles?
speed Ford. 115,000. It just crossed 115 the other
Wow,
week.
that's like brand new.
Yeah, for its time.
That
32-year-old truck.
the Sequoia I drive, it has 320,000 miles on the body. The
Yeah, but
motor has 160 because they threw in another motor after the original had 290. The radiator cracked and the lady driving it didn't see it, so she overheated the motor. So they swapped another one out, and like it drives great. Like I love that truck.
Did they put a new starter on it when they put the new motor on?
I don't know. I assume so. I know why you're saying that though.
Yeah.
So the boss is well, it appears to be back to 100%. I drove it today just fine. Sat in some hot traffic. It was fine, and it was in choppy idle. So I mean, it was doing good, man. I'm ready. I want to take it to the strip. I want to see what it can do with the new tires. Like I was just doing some watches, and even with my new tires, it still chirps them a bit. But I think it's still stock tune. I want to get some real numbers on the stock tune for what it can do.
Yeah, because the strip is going to be a different ball game for your tires.
Yeah. With everything going up, I'm gonna have to get a job. This disability isn't enough. Yeah, I hear you, man. I'm just trying to make a case for my disability right now, Cletus. I might have a torn labrum. My knee is getting seen. I've had epicondylitis, and I think that's what's called in both my elbows. And I got a crap ton of scars, and some of them were actually made by the Navy because they did things that they didn't do things right. All right. It's still a little sore, but better. Thanks, Salty. I have a 17 Escape that gets 24 miles per gallon. I run around in that. My truck gets 8, 9. Yeah, gosh. Well, I don't leave it on the instantaneous because if I'm ever accelerating in the Sequoia, you know how much I get? 2.
Yeah, no, I get about, I want to say around 28 in the Nissan.
Yeah.
Just because it weighs nothing. It's a regular cab short box with the 4-cylinder.
I'd take that, dude. I wish. I miss my old Honda Civic. I had a Civic that was awesome. I got like 40 miles per gallon.
I get 120 on the motorcycle.
Oh, that's unbeatable right there.
It's unbeatable until 60 mile an hour, and then everything beats it.
Or until it rains. And
I mean, I don't mind if it rains like a little bit, but if it's a torrential downpour or the downpour we've been having recently, I just say no. I'm just going to drive the truck.
This is a good question right here, Cletus. How is the Volvo? Cletus, I haven't seen a video of that thing race anything, and if I've missed it, then shame on me. But like, I'm expecting an LS swap turbo Volvo to go race something. If it didn't overheat in traffic at idle, I would imagine you're good. Yeah, I think so too. And it didn't smell like coolant. The problem was I could smell the coolant cooking before. Like I knew it was leaking. I've got the old radiator in my garage. I'm probably just gonna take it to the scrapyard for aluminum.
Oh, it's not really worth that much at this point, unless you have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else to do with it.
I mean, you can do what Garrett does and just make a little collage on your wall with it.
Well, I mean, I thought about that too, but like I'm trying to declutter. I'm gonna, if I'm not staying here, then I might need to move.
Yeah.
You could even stay active duty. Yeah. Well, I plan on right now until I decide what I'm doing, whether I stay active duty or go reserves. I'm not going to file anything, but I am I am building my case and my medical record for everything that's wrong. I might need labrum surgery. That would stink. As bad as I hate to, I'm about to sell my Xterra. Gas is eating into my funding. Yeah, I hear you, dude. I am not selling my SUV though. Like, it is it's the perfect family car. I can fit everything in there. So that car's not going anywhere.
That and makes a good tow rig.
Yes, and I could tow my car. I could tow my Mustangs. That is true. It was originally the reason we bought it was to tow a camper, but with these crazy prices and everything, like, I'm spending more than I want to on food and gas. So like, we are just pump the brakes on buying a camper for now. If I do stay active duty, then I'll probably buy one next year.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish I could do with my Nissan is tow one of the cars, but most it can do is tow the bike around.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I had that Ford Edge before, and that's a raised car. That's what the crossovers are. They're just cars, and they can't tow anything. And even my wife's Explorer is essentially a car because it's a unibody and it rides like a car. It's not a truck. It used to be a truck. The older Explorers were trucks. And what I love about the Sequoia, dude, is it's meaty, it's beefy, and I don't know.
Still body on frame.
Yeah, I honestly probably might rub some guys in here wrong, but like, I don't think I'm going to go back to Ford for anything other than Mustangs.
I mean, I don't blame you on that.
I know Toyotas they just they don't break. Depending on what you buy.
Rust.
You buy the right
They don't break, but they rust.
Yeah. Well, that's the other crazy thing, dude. The frame on mine is like in great shape. Like, it must have been kept in the garage. She had to have parked it in the garage. I can't think of any other reason that the undercarriage on that is as clean as it is. Yeah, exactly, Rich. Well, I was definitely driving the Boss Little Peppy today because I haven't driven a fast car in a while. So I stopped by the local dealership too, and I should have talked to the guy I know there, but they got a couple 18 up Mustangs that I want to drive. I think they have a 10-speed, and then they got another MT82, like 19. Apparently, it's got the same wheels. It looks like same wheels that Connor has, but it's apparently it sounds gnarly. So I might go drive one of those with the boys one day. Is LS Volvo minus? Oh, there's no turbo. You're right. LS Volvo. You're right. Shame on me. Sorry about that. eBay turbo. That's next. I hear you, Cletus. Hey, Cletus, man, you don't got to prove anything to me either. Everybody, you got to do real life takes priority every time. Every time. It's tuning himself, learning as you go. There you go. That's the way to do it. I got Big Sixon saying, hey to everybody. Cletus. Yeah, I usually do this in my garage, but it's way more comfortable in my house. Hey, yes, the new Explorers are cars. Tell me about it. Brailsford, same here. I'm done with Ford except the Mustang. Yep, that's kind of the boat I'm in, honestly. Well, a lot of the recalls now are those EVs, right? Those EVs are having all sorts of issues. What's up, MJI? Yeah, that's right, Anthony. MJI, one day, I swear that exhaust will be finished. One day. Oh, I scrolled down too far. I'm excited. My dog is a little better, and I bought pistons today. Machine shop has finally got to my engine. Which car is this for, Big Stick? I'm thinking of the right channel, I think. This is for your 19? 19, right? If you bought pistons for the 19, that's a good mod. Get rid of those hyper eutectic, put fully forged pistons in. It's been for sure, Rich. Missing you at Mustangs at Daytona. Yeah, my Fusion has 2 recalls now. I've already replaced the shift cable that broke off last year, and now they want to replace it this year. Go figure. Al, when you're back, I got a question for you.
What's what?
Are you able to buy Toyota parts at a good price?
Yeah.
Because I need 2 lower ball joints for my Sequoia, and I would pay you for sure. Next time I see, I pay for them. I just I'm trying to find the best price on them. And I need an inner tie rod.
An inner tie rod.
Yes, the inner.
We typically don't sell the inners a lot of time because it's easier to replace the whole rack than it is to replace just one inner tie rod.
Really?
Yes.
Like,
so
I watched the videos. It seemed like it was the same as my Fox, where you just undo.
Yeah, where you just undo it. It is, but our dealership, how they order everything, they typically just order a rack whenever it needs an inner tie rod. Now, we can probably still order one. It's just something that we normally don't do, so I don't know any of the price off the top of my head on it.
Nah, no worries. There's a guy who's like, he's like the go-to guy online in this like Sequoia group for ordering parts. Apparently, he works at a dealership. But like, I looked up the prices on the dealership themselves. He's not really saving me money, but what he is doing is there's like 4 different parts numbers for an inner tie rod, and they all look the exact same. And I don't know which one I'm supposed to buy. Or not inner tie rod, the lower ball joints. Because the lower ball joints used to have a recall. 1.6 turbocharged EcoBoost. Yeah, those 1.6, didn't they have like issues with the high compression that they were under?
I know in the STs they did.
Yeah.
In the little Fiestas.
Yeah. It's a big block. Big block's the one I was thinking of. I wasn't thinking of wait. Who was I talking? I was talking to Big Sticks. I was thinking of Big Block when I mentioned the 19 at Big Stick Stanks. Okay, Big Sticks. Sorry, my bad. I was thinking of Big Block's channel. See, it was close. There's Big Block and there's Big Stick. Close. Both start with big. I did make it to a car show on the 4th. Benefit was Wounded Warriors. Took home best of class. Beat out brand new vets. So hit a Big Block. Love my Ford Fusion. All I'm saying, sorry to hear that, Tim. I have the 2.0 EcoBoost. The 2.0 was not a bad motor from what I heard. Most dealerships do the whole thing because if one inner is bad, the other is probably close. Oh, yeah. I'm of the mantra, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I just replace the one that's bad.
Yeah, a lot of time it just ends up being easier instead of having because sometimes they seize up and sometimes you gotta sit there and fuss with it, and they're not typically in the greatest spot to where you can get the tools in it to do it. So a lot of times it just ends up just taking out the rack and being easier.
I'll have to look up the video on that then and see how hard that is. What did Rich say? I missed something. Everybody say congratulations, Rich. Oh, that was Rich saying it. Yeah. Rich beat up vets. There you go, Rich. Well, lower ball joints was one thing, and we were talking about the inner tie rod, Cletus, so you're not wrong. Hey, later, Connor. You have a good night, man. Yeesh. That's no bueno right there. Coolant in your cylinders.
At least it'll be clean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so like there was a recall for the lower ball joints on the Sequoia, but it was done at like 76,000 miles on mine. So that means that like the ones that are on there have like over 200,000. So it might be time. And they're not rattling though. Like I feel like I would know if they're going. Hey, Salty, have a good night, man. Thanks for hopping in here.
Good night, Salty. I mean, like sometimes they'll last for ages. It all depends on how you're driving it too.
Anthony, don't talk poorly of my wife's Explorer and that 2.3 in there. Talking about
Or my old
intrusion.
EcoBoost Mustang.
What's up?
Or my old EcoBoost Mustang with its open deck design.
Well, I don't think I need to worry about my wife because she doesn't like romp on it. So maybe I'm safe.
I think on the 2.0s they had an issue with some of the vacuum lines on them.
Power Stroke's a different story, Dave. That's a good motor there.
That's a
hey, Tim, have a good night. Hey, David, how long you in Arizona for? Idling time kills those engines. Yeah. That car doesn't get. So my plan with the Explorer is honestly like pay it off, and then when it's paid off, trade up something bigger. I think I want to keep my car, even though it's an 03. I'd rather keep that than the Explorer. All I've had to replace in my car is the purge valve twice.
Yeah, I gotta do that on the BMW, but that involves me replacing. To do it properly involves replacing the whole valve cover.
Yeah, I got fancy. I haven't shown a video on them yet. I should. Fancy valve covers from Mr. Mach 1. They're the same ones I was supposed to buy from Funky Stangs, but Funky never reached out to me. So Gary did sell me some brand new ones, and they are sweet. They say Ford Racing on them.
Nice.
You're asking what idling time is when your car is idling? Perhaps the time that transpires. So from moment 1 to moment 2.
Just sitting there, like in a parking lot with the car running.
The PCV, not the purge valve. You mean the PCV, not the purge valve on the BMW?
Yeah. The little PCV that's built into the valve cover, that the proper way of fixing it is replacing the whole valve cover.
You said he was a BMW tech for 6 years. What motor do you have?
The N55 3.0 single turbo.
What year?
2011 535i.
Oh, that's right. That car. Got it.
My normal daily, that's not the truck. But
how many miles does that thing get? How many miles per gallon does that get?
20 on average, like back and forth on town, it gets about 24.
That's not bad.
Whenever we went to Tennessee for pits, I was able to go there on one tank. So I at least didn't have to stop for any gas.
I think I could have made it, but it would have been on fumes. If we'd gone in a straight line.
That's how it was for me with the EcoBoost. It was on fumes coming into Pigeon Forge. But with the BMW, I had a quarter of a tank or an eighth tank still left in it.
Yeah. So he says the 2011's first year of that engine still got the original HPFP. I don't know what that means.
Yes, it does. It's got 71,000 miles on it. So no, 72,000 miles on it. I bought it with 67.
In pre-def years, you could idle diesels and it doesn't hurt them.
I think that's if you have the EGR deleted on it. People did a lot of EGR deletes on those 7.3s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man, we gotta set up a. I know you got like they did. We got to set up an actual Mustang cruise once you get your car going. The Fox, dude. I tell you what, all of you guys need to get a Fox body, all of you, because the Fox body group is awesome here locally.
Yeah, eventually I'll replace the high pressure fuel pumps. Whenever I decide to switch more to like an E85 setup for the car, once it's paid off. But that'll be later in its life.
Sublime, what are you doing? You're usually in here, and you're hiding in the chat. There you go, Rich. It's the 6.0s that need the EGR delete. 7.3s didn't have that crap. I still got to figure out my freaking Fox idle problem, man. I actually went looking for the vacuum leak. I'm spraying starter fluid around the freaking motor, trying to figure out where it's sucking, and I can't find anything. So I'm wondering if it's just a timing issue.
Does it have? I don't know if it has it or not, because I'm not too familiar with those 5.0s. I haven't messed with one of those in a while. Do those have an idle air control valve that's controlled by coolant at all?
Controlled by coolant?
Yeah, so like on the Civics they had coolant going through the idle air control valve.
I don't know. Mine's they got the throttle body injected intake, which is total garbage. It's garbage.
Because on the Civics, if you didn't have the coolant bled properly, it would idle weirdly because an air bubble would form in the idle air control valve.
Yeah, David, it idles. Well, it does this. It flutters, and then it'll get low enough to where it'll choke itself out. But when you give it some power, right, it's fine. So it makes me think it's a vacuum leak. But it won't stay at idle. So it might be an idle air or idle control problem as well. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what my Civic was doing, is because the IAC was going bad. But yeah, I was lucky that BMW, there's no oil leaks on it. The only leak that it had was from the passenger side rear axle seal out of the rear diff. That was the only leak on the bottom side of the car. So far, knock on wood, there's no leaks coming from the engine or trans.
Well, Rich, the thing is, like, I'm sure I could probably do that somewhere, but I can hear it. I was listening for a surge, especially with open headers. Just the slightest difference in RPM, you can hear it all. But maybe you're right. Maybe that's the way I need to go. I don't know. I think I got some buddies here locally who might help me out. He says he's never seen an N55 blow up without outside influence.
No, that's why I picked the N55.
Victor's in here. What's up, Victor?
I've seen all the problems with the N54s from buddies of mine. So I was like, Yeah,
that's another reason I think it's a vacuum leak, because it's fine once you start giving it a little bit of power. That's why I was thinking vacuum leak. Got you, Leighton. Leighton said he posted some Ford racing videos. What's up, Next Gen? Long time, man. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. It's usually the intake. Yeah, I sprayed all around the intake manifold looking for a problem. I couldn't find it.
Upper and lower?
Yes. Well, I don't really have an. I've got like a throttle body. I've only got really a lower.
Because
Throttle body
because
sits
those
right on it, like a carb does.
oh
It's got two big injectors right in the center of it, so it looks like a carb with two injectors, and it's just
you have that stuff.
Absolute trash.
I was thinking of like the typical Fox Body 5.0, like the little
The
full
manifold
plenum that they have on them.
Yeah. I know something. I'm debating whether I want to do that for my next one or if I want to use the Holly I have. I've got a Holly carb that I could rebuild. I might put the Holly on my engine I got right now if I could figure out everything I need to transform it. So I got to talk to Ford Blue about that. The problem is, I'm trying to be smart with money too. Like we're all talking, everything's more expensive, and real life definitely gets a vote, especially in this house if it comes to a change of career for me and making sure that I start off on the right foot.
Oh yeah, the little vacuum lines going to the AC compressor or the power steering rack will sometimes have 8 vacuum lines that go to it, and those will go.
Hey, later, Anthony. Have a good night, man. He says, hit him up if you have any issues with your BMW. Yeah, he's a Tech 2 AB. He works at or Anthony. He works at a Toyota dealership. He's familiar with cars in general.
Yeah, I've been dubbed to have the Supra because it's close enough to your car to work on.
David set line. Had a 94 GT and
BMW,
had it broken.
They think it's the same thing when it's not.
What's up, Wood Metal? How you doing, sir? Got a good amount of people in here today for a little bit. I feel like there's more people talking than it's showing, but that's all right. Your power brakes could be leaking into the brake booster. I don't know. Maybe I should have power brakes, right? I don't know if it's leaking in the brake booster. How would you know that though? How would you know if you had a vacuum leak in there? Well, then it would be sucking. Because it's a vacuum leak, so be drawing stuff into the system, right?
So
You have cigars blow some smoke in there, find the leak. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I do like to do cigar. I'm trying to start locally, if I can, Al, before I leave here with the Fox Body guys. I'm gonna go talk to one of the local cigar shops, not one of these like 24-hour places, but an actual cigar bar, and see if they want to like host the cigars and cars. And like I'm hoping that draws the right type of crowd, like not the crazy, stupid 20-year-old crowd that does crazy things.
There's a cigar bar across the street from my work that we go to occasionally and play pool.
Yeah.
Hey, not all the 20-year-olds are the ones that do crazy things.
I didn't say all of them, but
No, I know.
here, you know what's happened here? You know the issue we've had here locally?
What?
I showed up to one meet, and I was there meeting up with a couple Mustangs beforehand. This kid brought out this like Orby gun. Okay.
What?
You know what an Orby is? It's those little balls that are almost like rubber. Well, I said, hey, I don't have a problem with you. And I literally said this to this kid. I said, I don't have a problem with you, but you shoot my kids or you hit my car, we're going to have issues. And he's like, oh, yeah, I won't. Well, we're at the meet, and he's firing them over cars at the meet into traffic. And, like, he's like, oh, they'll never know. Or he's just shooting them at the ground, bouncing, hitting, He's And so, like, I was like, oh, this kid's looking for problems here. And, it happened at a different meet, and he ended up getting called out on it. And, I mean, it's just so much stupid drama with some of these. Like, I'm sure that I was, like, the same way when I was younger. No, I wasn't, because I freaking had kids ever since I've been 24. So.
Yeah, I did a bunch of stupid stuff when I was younger, but I also at the same time, when you're a car lover when you're young, most young people have respect for the cars. You know what I mean?
Victor, I appreciate that. Yeah, Victor, real life is taking its toll right now, sir. So my free capital is having to be put to good use. So everything, it all comes back to it all coming from the channel. So I'm saving for it, Victor. I'll hit you up when I can. Victor's got that oil pan that I need for the motor. So
did you see what I put for my best time that I ran at the track earlier?
Yeah, 10.66.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, considering it was 2300 DA, not bad.
I don't know. You see, I'm not a drag racer. I don't know what that means.
Density, altitude. The higher the number, the worse the conditions are. That's all you need to know. It's hard to get good times when the DA is anything above 1500, 1800.
Pull the line of the booster and plug it. Okay. We will check that out. Holding on. Fords are real tedious when it comes to vacuum-related issues, but once solved, they run great. He said, I told you.
Told who? What you talking about, Donnell? Oh, crazy.
He said mid to high 10.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. If the DA is good, that's probably a 10. It's definitely a 10.5 car. In perfect DA and perfect conditions, maybe a 10.4. But what I really liked was the mile an hour. It went from 128 the first run to 131 in the second run to 133 on the third run.
So I'm trying to figure – I'm very curious. So, like, based on everything that I've seen multiple people who've gone to the track, their track data for other bosses when they were stock. I should be crossing the line at 117.
Yeah, sounds probably about right.
No, maybe it is right. That's the number. That is the number that I should be crossing the line at. Well, when I went last time with my bad tires – I don't know if I lit off too early or what, but I think I only hit – I was way off, man. I think I only hit 109, and that was like when I hit the unless they're reading wrong, because I ran a 12.6 at 109, which something seems off. Same
thing, though. If it was horrible DA, that could affect it.
Yeah, it was hot because we're here.
Yeah. If you had super high DA, that could not only affect your times, but affect your mile an hour.
Yeah. Well, I should be crossing the line at 117. That's the number I should be crossing at. And I was not. So I don't know if I probably need to change my plugs. I'm at 65,000 miles. So they're way past due, I think.
I might be taking my car back to the track this Friday because I got to go race the sleds again. All depends on the DA that day. I'm going to check the DA at that drag strip, and if it's anything below 1,400, that car is going.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I started this live late. I had to handle some stuff.
I noticed.
I was busy, sir.
Well, I didn't question. I just said I noticed.
What is up, T. Hetzler? How you doing?
Oh, Mr. One Slow 50. What's going on, T?
Hey, T, no. Victor, the driver mod, there was no issue there. Well, first of all, especially the launch, I'm very proud of my first launch ever. I got the slip somewhere. Like, I was, like, spot on the light, especially since it's my first time. I know a lot of people fumble in that. Hey, CP the Tool Addict with a $5 super chat. Hey, CP, I appreciate you, brother. You didn't have to do that. CP's doing good things in the tool community over there. I'm afraid of typing too much in your chats because I'm a Harbor Freight guy. I know you guys are all a little more top tier tools. And there seems to be seems to be a rift in the tool community every now and then. But CP, you're a good guy, man, and I'm excited to see what you do with that truck. CP, if you're still here, have you put linseed oil on your truck yet? Have you revitalized that paint?
Is he trying to protect all the patina on it?
I don't know, but like that's what I would do just to see what you got there. Like with the paint that's there, you can put some boiled linseed oil on, and it'll bring it back out. I know it's a temporary fix, but it looks good. Yeah, I hear you, CP. I'm supporting the tools that I can afford.
Yeah, currently my toolbox is a mixture of Snap-on, Matco, Mac, and Cornwall.
I got a lot of Craftsman, and I've got a couple Matco. What do I got? I got the
No comment.
but I do use a lot of Harbor Freight because it's super convenient. It's right down the road, and as long as you get a coupon, you go in there. I'm just curious what it looks like, CP. I'm just curious what it looks like. Yeah. We've been live for an hour here. Let's see. Should I keep going? Should I get off? Can't be hotter than Arizona, though. I've been working through 120. Ouch. Yeah, that reminds me of freaking when I was out in the Arabian Gulf. We had the just a baking sun. I was on the flight deck right above my rack. No bueno. Hot. Sublizzy got that 10 millimeter.
Like I said, no comments. As soon as you started talking about toolboxes and stuff, I was like, that's low hanging fruit. I'll leave it alone. I knew the people in the chat would take care of that one.
Oh yeah, for sure, CP. I would if I could go out and spend more money on higher end tools. I for sure would. Like one of the big things I want to buy is like a large toolbox. I want one toolbox. I don't want a bunch of these micro double stacks. I want one toolbox for all my tools, and I want to organize them.
I can tell you one thing. Sublime would love mine.
Wait, what's up?
You would love my toolbox.
Really?
Yeah.
Got some nice 10 millimeters in there, do you?
Yeah, but it's also painted in the RTR lime green and silver.
Oh, I saw one. I think I saw one of those toolboxes, dude. Somebody was showing us. I don't know if it was in an ad or what, but yeah, it was a sweet looking toolbox.
Yeah, I have a Matco one.
Specifically, but I saw one that looks just like what you're talking about. The thing looks badass.
Nah, Victor, I don't do that, man. I don't do that stuff.
It's got like all the charging ports and a whole drawer inside and everything.
It's a good way to lose weight, Rich. It's like your own personal sauna. Anything above 90 is uncomfortable. See, I grew up playing ice hockey, so I like it cold. Well, not cold. I like it cool.
I like a nice 73 degrees.
CP says I have tools in shitbox vehicles, so the trade-off is equal. I've got a shitbox car. I got one of them. The Fox it looks nice, but the motor's a turd.
My Nissan's kind of a shitbox, but I'm slowly fixing it because a film company may decide to want to use it for a film.
I heard about that, man.
We're supposed to know sometime this week.
Well, that's cool. Do you know what it's for yet?
It's something that's like based in the late 80s, early 90s, and it's supposed to be something in downtown Wilmington. Not too sure. It's a guy who does a lot of short films. So I'll find out if I get part of it or not.
That's pretty cool. Big stick. One thing I don't miss from Texas is that humidity. Oh yeah. I spent 35 years in a paper mill. Oh, God. That's like paper mills are the worst. You drive by them, they smell awful. Like I'm at Rich. When you leave a paper mill, do you smell like the paper mill? That's what I wouldn't want. I wouldn't want to come home literally smelling like a Porter John. Paper mills stink.
What's up, Gary?
Wood and metal toolbox. Yeah, my dad, he does build some cool stuff, man. He's been doing some pretty sweet vases lately. He's been killing, man. He's been going to a bunch of these, like, he had been doing craft fairs, but now he's kind of like giving up the craft fairs. He's going to these art fairs instead. And the art fairs, man, he's making a killing.
Oh yeah, CP.
Doesn't exceed the price of what I own in ratchets. Oh, God.
That's a fact. One of my ratchets, just I think it's like my 24-inch 3/8 snap-on ratchet was like $250.
What's up, Gary? How you doing? Gary, I haven't featured the valve covers I got from you yet. I still got to do that. We were just talking about that. Weather here has been perfect. 85, no humidity. Life is great. It was nice here. When was it, Al? Like 2 days ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad today either.
It wasn't terrible. It did get hot enough to where my black interior on the Boss, it was hot.
Yeah.
And I have a seat cover on top of the Boss seats because I'm trying to preserve them. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but when I go to the gym, I don't want to sweat all over those Boss seats because it's gross. It's cloth. Let's see. Your dad makes cool stuff. I keep an eye on him. Yeah. Well, he likes to incorporate my kids too, which I like. It's cool having like memories with Grandpa, you know? He's making some changes to his shop right now. He's got to build an awning for a new extension to his shop. He's got a slab out, and he's got to get on that extension because it's starting to draw water into his shop. Yeah, he passed me in subs. He blew by me. He didn't blow by me, but he passed me. In one video that like got hot real quick for some reason. I've definitely had a rough time getting content posted recently. I've just been working on, working on life. But I do love owning old junk cars. It makes a fella feel like he's never had to worry about being bored or stress-free.
Yeah, I'm going in tomorrow on my day off to put a new steering stabilizer and muffler on the truck.
All right. What muffler? I mean, just a stock muffler?
Just a stock. It's like I said, I use it for a little beach truck. It doesn't need anything fancy. It's a little 4-cylinder Nissan hardbody. I will say, though, it definitely needs a steering stabilizer because whenever I replaced the ball joints in it last week, I was looking at the steering arm and there's the studs for the steering stabilizer, but the steering stabilizer was not there. So
5,400? No kidding. Are they like legit subs or are they legit subs? I don't do these pay for subs, man. I know a couple people I think have done it, and you know what? If that's what you want to do and spend your money on, then good for you. I can't do that.
I mean, sometimes they just pay for advertisement of their channel, not so much as the actual subs.
Yeah, but some of them, like, they say they're organic growth, but, like, if the way you can tell is, like, does your viewership actually go up? Like, consistently. Yeah. Through shorts, yeah. Well, that's awesome. Bang, you blew by me then. 5,400. Yeah, he's killing it, man. No, he's not. He's got more than 5,400. He's got 60. He's at 6,400. Damn. Hot damn. Good for him.
Sorry, I'm silent here. I'm responding to a text.
That was me about 20 minutes ago.
Huh?
Yeah, he said some of his shorts have killed it. I think the one that killed it the most is probably the same one that killed it on TikTok for him. Yeah. Good for him, man. Gary, I was thinking about getting off, Gary.
Not why I'm on here. Do that in your own personal time.
And I was thinking about
Gary's time
putting her
now.
down.
What's up, Gary?
What's going on, guys? Doing with wrenches has been making so many shorts, man.
Well, he's got a bunch of interesting. One of the ones he did, I remember, he did it for TikTok, and he got like 6 million views, and like it just went insane.
Dude, TikTok's where it's at, man.
Well, TikTok doesn't gain you subs though. I've tried that.
And it doesn't pay you money unless you're a super hit.
Well, I mean, I can monetize on TikTok right now. I just don't do it because I'm active duty military, so I will not be giving them any information.
I'm in it for the meeting the guys like you, man, and you know the good people that I meet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Downhill Daddy. That's right, Downhill Daddy. That's right.
Yeah, I definitely met some great people on here that have helped me learn lots on the cars that I own, whether you go from the MG to the Fox body. So I definitely appreciate that for sure.
That's what I'm saying, man. The people that you meet on here, like Sublime and you, and hey, far by none is better than any money you could ever make on this thing.
Oh, I'd enjoy some money. I'll pay for my Fox body.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, though.
Yeah, I got you, Gary. I'm just being facetious here.
I'm eating watermelon, if you're wondering.
I was wondering.
I'm starving.
Yeah, I think I have only had one meal today. It was a late lunch. Probably gonna do a DiGiorno pizza.
Oh, that doesn't sound too bad. Like one of the little mini cheese stuffed crust ones, or
No,
Yeah, it's the stuffed crust ones. Yeah,
oh, those are the best.
stuffed crust meat lovers gotta love it.
Oh yeah.
I like Freschetta over DiGiorno.
And Matt, I don't know what you're talking about with Screaming Sicilian not being
Screaming
good, bro.
Sicilian is the nastiest.
It's the
garbage.
best frozen pizza on the market, bro.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah, but I used to, man. So why you got different tastes than everybody else does, though, dude. So
Hey, picky people, picky eaters like good food. That's all there is to
let
it.
me tell you something, dude. Hey, Funky made these kick-ass
Jalapeno wraps or pickle wraps.
and he wouldn't even try them. He wouldn't even try them.
Yeah, CP, you're right, and David, you're right. I've met some great people, and honestly, like, so MJI, let's use him as an example. He came to my house and he helped me do those headers. If he hadn't done that, that never would have happened. I would not have gotten that accomplished. That was a.
Oh, you would have sooner or later.
See, look at Downhill Daddy. Screaming Sicilian is good.
That was a painful process. So.
But I mean, look, I'm going to tell you something. So we had the party at Mob's. Dude, you couldn't pay to have fun like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got in Mob's GTR. Little to say, I had to tell them to take it easy with me because I have a problem with not being in control. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That little son of a bitch in GTR, dude, from 0 to 100 at a blink of an eye. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love, obviously, who wouldn't want one? But I just, right now, I'm content with the cars I own. I know they're not the fastest thing, but Brody's in here. What's up, Brody?
Hey,
somebody was asking if he was here earlier.
He sold his Boss 302. So the guy who owned his boss before bought it back, and apparently that guy now has 3 bosses.
But he was talking about that last time he was in here, right?
I don't know if he was talking about selling it. If he was, I missed it. But yeah, Brody's got it. He just picked up a sweet. I want to say it was a 16. I might be wrong, but he's got a Whipple charged S550 now.
Yes, that's right, David. I do.
Way cooler than any car I had at his age. I'll tell you that. I had a Buick Roadmaster.
Chef's
You
shape.
nothing wrong with a Buick Roadmaster, dude. That was the car to get in the party, man. You could put all
What's
your
up?
friends in it.
What's up, Chef Shatry? Oh, and it had the LT1. The LT1 was underrated back then. I outran my buddy's SN95s and New Edges. You just had to tinker with it a little bit.
Oh, you guys had to bring up pizza, didn't you?
I'm starving, man. I want to eat some pizza.
I'm going to see if I make sure I have one still in my freezer.
How about make bagel bites?
So I done a thing. I joined this car club. It's a Mustang club called Maxim. Something Eastern Mustang owners, Michigan Mustang owners.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the meeting tonight. It was pretty cool. No, I don't do no Jello shots, dude. I don't drink.
We got doing Jello shots.
I'm not supposed to drink anything right now because it will kill my liver because of the medication I'm on for something. I don't really drink anyway, so it's not really a problem.
We just lose somebody?
Al dropped out a few minutes ago.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, who was
Hey, Al,
that?
have a good night, buddy. I just saw he's hopping out. I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you later soon.
Take care, Al.
Yeah,
Later, Al.
He's local to me. He's a good guy.
Hey, I'll be back in 1 second. Hold on.
Chef Shatry finally figured out what's wrong with my mower.
See, that's the thing. I don't care how fast my car is. I had fast cars growing up, dude. I don't anymore. I don't even care. From what I do, I got fast enough cars.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I'm happy with the boss. So I've stopped by the local dealership that lets me take cars out today, and I was just kind of seeing what they had on the lot. They used to have a C7 out there, and I've never driven a Corvette, so I was kind of hoping I could take one out. But they sold it, I guess, a few days ago. But they had a couple of the Gen 3 Coyotes. They had one that was a 10-speed, but it didn't look like it had a handling package. So it looked like it had narrower tires on it than my boss did. And then you had one that had beefier wheels that had obviously been modified, had a short throw in there. And apparently it sounds gnarly, but I wasn't able to take that out. That was an MT82 car. But I've heard the Gen 3 MT82 is more trash than the rest of them.
Wait, say that about the MT82? What did you just say?
The third generation of the MT82.
Yes, are the worst.
Bigger piece of crap than the rest of them.
Because of the plastic forks. Plastic shift forks.
Hey, later, Big Six Things. Have a good night, sir.
Later, McHugh. Hope your dog puppy gets even better.
Yeah, man. Nobody wants to see a sick dog ever.
No.
I love my dogs, man.
Good dogs. Got a lot to say.
Yeah, they don't downhill. Just I thought that with the I've seen a lot of them here locally with the performance packs, and so I was expecting it would have a performance pack. When I got up to it, it had like just generic rims and brakes.
That's right, Victor. I agree with you 110%.
Oh, for sure, Victor. I don't have time for drama in my life. I got enough drama in real life to worry about than deal with like who's got a faster car and who really care. I've got the slowest Fox body probably on the face of the planet. Nobody will take that away from me.
That's why I stay in my lane, Victor. And yes, they are rich. They are family. You gotta remember
Family.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, David. I understand.
Unless it's a specialty S550, then they'll come with wider tires.
Oh, my shoulder.
Depends on what you're buying. But, you know, there was a guy driving down the highway tonight when I was coming up, left Telegraph to get on 94 to come home. Guy drove by me with a black GT. And I'm telling you, the color was catching up to the car. That's how fast he was going.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was getting on to 94 off of Telegraph, dude, he blew by me. I thought he took the color of my car with him.
Exactly,
He's going
Chef.
that fast.
Exactly, Chef. No, you're wrong. Chef, if it's not running, that doesn't count. I'm talking about I have the slowest running Fox body, for sure.
You sure it wasn't me, Gary?
No, it was a S550 GT.
What's up, Zay?
Was you on your way home? Was you making a pizza run?
Huh?
Was you making a pizza run?
I just turned the oven on to preheat it.
You come all the way to Detroit to get a pizza, didn't you? Because they're so damn good.
Yep. And had to get it home fast before it got a cold.
Yeah, I gotta edit a video. I probably should stop this so I can just edit a video right now.
Well, golly gee. How's your leg doing, Sublime?
It's still a little sore, but it's a lot better than it was yesterday. I can walk normal at least.
Your what? How's his what doing?
My leg. I went to the ER last night because I thought it might be possible that I have a blood clot in my leg. But turns out it was just a muscle strain. But
Did he say suck it up, Buttercup, and then send you on your way?
Basically.
No. Well, man, I'm glad it's nothing serious.
Yeah, you don't want to take a chance. Man, I called my doctor's office to see if I could get in there quick to avoid the ER, but they're like, "Oh, we can't see you for a week." Well, I'm not letting a potential blood clot in my leg sit for a week. Sorry.
Yeah. I have an 80 notchback, 2.3 carbureted automatic car. It's slow as a dog taking. Hey, man, all I know is I was behind a 2.3 car in a little cruise we had, and I felt like I was having a difficult time keeping up.
Never heard of Papa Murphy.
Papa Murphy's, they're all right.
Is it a frozen brand?
No, it's a chain.
Oh, okay. Or Papa John's, but not Papa Murphy. Yeah, I know downhill. That was just basically from 6 straight days of doing a lot of walking at Mom's house, or 5 days, whatever it was.
Dude. Well, shoot, how many car shows we go to? We went to the track.
Dang.
We went to the track.
Yeah.
Right?
Did a lot of walking at the track.
Right. And then we went to Blue Sky.
Yep. Although I didn't do too much walking there. I was just pretty much cleaning my car.
Yeah, you didn't get to enjoy any of the cars or anything, man.
No, I know.
That Blue Sky's a pretty good show, though, ain't it?
It is. Definitely had some good cars there. So wait, Victor, if they chop you off at $120, but as long as the turn signals on, we're good.
I don't know, Jake. I think a Kia could beat my Fox body.
Hey, I guess those little Kia Stingers are pretty fast.
Yeah, those are fast. I'm talking about your Kia. The Kia, what is it? Not Sorento. What's the Kia? What's the little Kia? The little teeny one.
The Forte?
Yeah, no, the Kia, the compact one. Is that the Forte?
The fast one you're talking about? It's the Stinger.
No. The compact Kia, the teeny little commuter car.
Oh, I don't know which one that is.
From the 90s that looked like complete crap. I bet you that outruns my Fox body.
Wait a minute. Wait. CP, the only person I know that has more cars on YouTube is who?
VGG Mortsk in my local car salvage.
Who's VGG Mortsk? I don't know. I got a lot of cars, CP. I got a lot of cars, buddy.
Just because you're a local car salvage.
Yeah!
Loud enough?
No,
Yeah.
I can get louder.
Yeah. I know for a fact. I guarantee you, my big.
Hey, Kim.
my
Can you get any louder?
Toyota
Sorry.
Sequoia.
I'm not done with
My
that.
Sequoia would outrun my Fox Body for sure. The Sequoia would definitely outrun my Fox Body.
Yeah, but those things are pretty fast too, ain't they?
I mean, it's only got like 240 horsepower and it weighs a lot.
A lot. Probably 5,000 plus.
It's got the forged block. I mean, the cast iron block. It is heavy.
So I really had this really cool Fox Body years ago, but my kids ran it into the wall and wrecked it. It was a Fox Body Mustang, like a '79 Cobra Mustang on a go-kart body. That thing was cool, man. I bet you that was faster than your Fox Body.
Probably.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that car is fast.
I need to take it out once I get the exhaust buttoned up and do another 0 to 60 thing. See if I picked up any time from the other runs I did.
Did you ever find out what the surge was?
No idea.
The Purge? Oh, the Surge.
Hey,
Surge.
Chef Shadry, mine's all private collection too, because I ain't got the door open or nothing.
The car.
Private collection, dude. I paid for each and every one of them.
No, my Idle Surge. I
guess that's a private collection. I do.
Yeah, I gotta get back on, man. I've got things to make content on. It is literally all time constraints. That's why I don't put out as many videos as I had been. I've just been busy.
Well, you did this with your kids, though, dude.
It's not just that. Like, I'm about to I'm starting some more schoolwork through Syracuse here soon, and then, like you missed it, but I might be getting out of the Navy. I'm not sure.
So you need to just let me put a system in the Fox Body.
Help you put a system.
What is he talking about? Putting a nitrous system?
What are you talking? Yeah, what are you talking about, Jake? Jake, are you local to me?
I was just going to ask that question.
I'm sorry if I'm not recognizing your name, man. I apologize, man. I'm really bad with names. We got Kermit in here and the mock guy.
The mock guy. I forgot to read the sticker.
No, I got a sound system, if that's what you're referring to. I got a deck. I need to get my deck installed.
That didn't sound right, man.
It didn't.
Buford, are you?
That's my neighbor. That's my neighbor. Hey, what's up, Jake? Sorry. My neighbor.
Oh my God, I'm gonna tell. Are you local to me? I live across the street from you.
I didn't know his last name. What's up, Jake? My fault.
Oh, that was classic. That was good.
Yeah, I didn't know his last name, so that's my fault. What's up, CP?
I don't want to hang you up if you're getting ready to get off. So no.
Good. You're good.
I just figured you guys are having a pretty good chat, so thought I'd join in.
Yeah, what you working on right now?
I just got home. I'm mail out to the shop.
So, CP, tell us a little bit about your Chevy pickup or your GMC. What is it?
It's a Chevy.
Okay.
It's nothing crazy. It's 65, 3/4 ton. It's more sentimental to me than anything. My first truck I ever bought, hands down, 14 years old. I grew up on a farm, raised cattle, and sold my 4 heifers. Went to an auction. They had a 66 with a 327 in it, 4-speed Muncie. My dad, I didn't even want the truck. This is the thing. I didn't even want the truck. My dad wouldn't let me buy this Ford F-150 that I wanted to buy. And he said, that truck's a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. He's protecting me. He said, now that truck, if it goes for the right money. And I said, Dad, I only have $2,500. We're talking 1993. So, I'm 14 years old, 1993. I said, Dad, I only have $2,500. He goes, well, I'll spot you a couple hundred if it goes more. Lo and behold, I stand up there like I'm a big man, 14 years old, and start bidding on this truck. Ended up buying it for $2,300. I was tickled shitless. I even bought a set of log chains because I had big plans. I'm a farmer, guys. I grew up on the farm milking cows. So, I mean, all the shit I had planned on doing with it was pulling trailers, this and that. But I got a 1966 truck. But the payload capacity of these 1960s trucks were actually pretty stout. I mean, this truck has overloads on it, but it's just sentimental to me, I mean, that's all there.
It's a cool story though.
Yeah, it's not. It has nothing to do with anything about me building a hot rod. Did something on YouTube. I could give a shit less if it gets views or whatnot. This is all. But maybe the next car I build, I might do it to try to get some views. But to me, the truck is like there's like probably 4 things in my life. If you've messed with it right now, I'd probably take you out. And that's 1's my dog, 2's my family, and 3's my truck.
You said you was a farmer. How the hell did you get involved with the tools thing?
Well, I grew up working on stuff, and I actually was frustrated with watching my dad, my uncle, my grandpa all my life, and being the kid. You guys know how many of you had to sit there and hold the flashlight? It got annoying to me. And I finally decided I was the one that was tired of holding it and said that I was going to make sure I did it so I didn't have to struggle like they did. Sometimes I'd be watching them and see things, when I was watching them work on. So I remember my dad had a late 60s, early 60s dump truck, the C60, and we're putting a clutch in it. You know where the Z bracket goes on the old clutches on them, where they come out from the frame and they go down, and he couldn't get the bolt in. And I kept saying, I wanted to say something. Of course, you never tell your dad what to do when you're 12, 13 years old. But I wanted to tell him to unhook that bracket. Right. Oh, yeah. I wanted to tell him to unhook that bracket, and then he could get the bolt through the frame easier. And he struggled with it. So it pissed me off. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't say anything. And I remember I got my ass kicked because I was holding a flashlight and I was daydreaming about it. And, my old man was an old military guy. So he was pretty hard, and just stuff like that. Watching my grandpa cobble things together to get the old internationals running, and I just started. Huh?
But they got them running, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that's the thing is I understand. Like people get mad at me when I'm a mechanic and I say, you're doing it wrong. I try to watch my mouth about that stuff anymore because just like it's okay to get stuff running. I don't give a shit. There's a right way, and then there's your way. Right. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You do what you do. If that works for you, hey, that's fine. But me personally, now that I'm working on people's cars, I couldn't do that stuff. I mean, it's a definition of my character. If I'm to half-ass something,
A farmer or?
No, actually, I don't have any land left anymore. My dad passed away 7 years ago. My grandpa passed away, or my uncle was the last person. We had over 300 some acres, and with those guys passing, I couldn't handle it myself. My grandma was too old, and my brother didn't want to get involved. I had my dad and my uncle when we were farming. When those guys died, nobody else in the family wanted anything to do with it.
I want to tell you something. As a kid, my uncle had a farm down in Winchester, Indiana, and boy, oh boy, that's work.
It's a lot more work. It's a lot less work now, in my opinion, than what it was. These guys now have so much automation that it's crazy. I mean, they basically sit in the tractors and they drive down the roads. It's more about the money now. But when I was a kid growing up, and I'm only 43, we were still planting 6 rows at a time, picking corn. So when I grew up through the heart of it. My grandpa bucket milked 128 head of cattle. And bucket milking is not like pipeline milk. You carry every bucket from every cow to the bulk tank and dumped it. And I hand milk cows. My grandpa made me hand milk a cow for the first year when I was old enough to get so I could understand.
I remember helping my uncle bale hay. He had an old wooden thing. You would pack that hay in there, then that thing would come and shut, and it would pack it in there real tight, and then put the twine around it.
Oh yeah,
by hand.
Yeah, yeah. That was legit. Like those were the legit days. I mean, the last 10 years, it's completely different now. Hell, they don't even pick square bales up off the ground anymore. I picked up 10 to 15,000. Huh?
No, I'm sorry, I just coughed. My bad.
Oh yeah, they don't even pick freaking hay bales up now anymore. They got bale picker up for the square
Corey-
bales, and
Corey
everything's no
says
touch.
he watches YouTube while he's planting beans.
There you go, Corey. Me and Corey talk a lot. Corey's a good dude. He's from Indiana, farmer. I'm sure he'll probably even agree with me on it. It's not like it used to be, and I'm not saying it's easy work, but Colorado, like my uncle lives out in Colorado. He runs a dairy farm out there, and it runs 24 hours a day. The cows don't go out to pasture, so you don't have to chase them.
Yeah.
They all come in on their own and go on a deal. An automatic arm comes out and puts the milker on. I mean, it's just not the same. When I milked cows back in the day, everything was manual. All the way up till I was 16 years old, I milked cows until everybody finally they shoved everybody out of milking. Pretty much that was not doing fully automated. They changed your grade levels. They just kept taking your grade levels down. So, it is what it is, but I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's great. I mean, but it just shows how we've evolved in life. I mean, everything, even cars now. I mean,
Right.
I mean, I'm not doing what I used to do on cars now anymore. I'm specializing in diagnostic stuff because I don't need to pull transmissions or anything like that anymore because there's not guys like me out there doing that stuff. So I don't work as hard as I used to when I first started in on the industry.
Well, he's right here. He's talking about baling, throwing bales of hay.
Yep.
I remember having to put them on this little conveyor, and it would go up there. We'd have to grab them and stick them up in the top of the barn.
Yep. Oh yeah. I watched a guy get his fingers chopped off. My buddy's dad. We were stacking hay in the barn, and the stacks started tipping from the elevator, and he grabbed onto the chain, and it just cut 3 of his fingers right off.
Hey, Destroyer, what's going on, buddy?
I had a boss who was a rancher, I guess is what you call it. His family owned a ranch.
Yep.
And I guess he was like ringing in roping a cattle, and he got his thumb caught in the rope.
Yep.
And just yanked it.
Yep.
Thumb went off like a rocket.
Yep, dude. There's been I've seen so many. I remember seeing a guy that had a pitchfork shoved through his cheek. Old guy. I mean, back when I used to go to the sale barn back in the days, I can tell you it was like a safety meeting for me. I watched a guy that there was like 4 or 5 guys that had hooks on because they got their arms caught in PTOs. I mean, it's no shit. The 80s and 90s were tough. The 80s and 90s were tough on farmers. Yeah. Real tough. FFA came in and the government took out a lot of their loans and stuff like that. People were operating with equipment that was, it was an eye-opening experience for a young guy to be involved in.
That's when my uncle shut his farm down. Was like 87 or something like that.
Yep, the 80s because they come in. The government called in all the loans. They loaned out everybody a bunch of money in the late 70s and early 80s, and then late 80s through late 80s they killed them. We used to have almost 3,500 acres in northeastern Iowa here, and my grandpa had to sell off 1,500 just to save the 2,500.
Sorry to interrupt real quick. You guys, I need to know what everybody thinks about this. This is actually local to me. And I don't have money to pay for it. But if I did, this would be such a cool project for YouTube. I'll be honest.
Local like Jake local?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, dude. You can't beat a good 4-wheel drive Mustang. Is that the one Matt or what's his name has?
I don't know. It's in Hebrew.
What's that one guy's? Just Smile More. He's got a 4-wheel drive Mustang. It's a 90s body style, not a Fox body.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that thing's cool though.
Yeah. It's got a Jeep frame on it. It's a 90s Mustang with I've seen it on Demolition Matt's channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, you can't beat a 4-wheel drive. I'll tell you what, if you buy it for YouTube, 4-wheel drive cars, big time.
So he goes right here. So Gory says, I blew apart a PTO shaft in the baler yesterday, ripped the whole side panel off the baler. Glad no one was standing next to it. Hell yeah, man.
Jeez, man.
Oh yeah, dude. It's farming. There's I mean, it's dangerous. You're running shit at 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs, blowing stuff apart. It gets hairy.
Well, I tell you,
cattle going crazy. You name it.
I farmed at my dad's place, man. My dad's got like 20-something acres up in Bun Level, North Carolina, middle of nowhere.
Why don't you start farming his land?
You gonna clear it?
It's not something I would.
Clear all those trees. I can't. You see. I mean, my dad has his own YouTube channel, right?
Right.
And it's not his like primary source. What's up?
He's got his own YouTube channel?
Yeah, he does. He's a woodworker. He's a professional woodworker, and but he's got 20 plus acres, and he uses the wood from his own property. He built his shop from the wood from his own property. He built a kiln from the wood from his own property. So he like cuts his own boards, he dries them, and he uses wood from his own land. And there's no way he's gonna like use it's gonna grow back faster than he's gonna use it.
What kind of wood do you guys? Well, you guys are down there in what, North Carolina, South Carolina?
Yeah, he's got all sorts of stuff, man. But he's got so many nice pieces of burl that are out there, and he's makes some nice stuff.
I was watching a local guy here, Cole the Cornstar, and he was talking on his video the other day. His grandpa's land in World War I, they came and cleared out all this walnut. The government did cleared all of it to make wood stocks. Yeah. Which I thought that would be cool shit. I've always wanted to do that. Missouri is like the mecca for making wood stocks for pew-pews, you know.
Well, it was crazy. So when he built his shop, right, he literally, you know how he learned to make a shop? He learned from a YouTube video, of course. Huh. And but like the way it was built, he built these gigantic trusses that were already stacked. And like we had to have this, I'm talking when these things stood up, they're like 30 feet tall. At least. And so he had this crane come, and the crane had to drop them, and they all had to fall exactly into place because he had the slab laid out. And then, like, every single piece was like a Lego set. Like, it had to go together perfect. And if it didn't, one piece was wrong, then that whole thing would have been a failure. But I had so much more respect after that day for my dad because I helped him put it together. Like, I could not believe how well it all just went together. Like, I thought for sure that there's something was going to get stuck.
I'll tell you what, I give a lot of guys credit. Ambition. I mean, I always say I have a bad tendency of saying I don't have the knowledge of doing something. Well, I didn't have the knowledge of working on cars until I wanted it. You know, you can do anything if you want it.
Yeah.
And I rebuilt my camper, and I didn't know how. I had an old '69 Forester that I redid. And that was like the worst project I'll never do again. Campers are terrible. But I didn't know nothing about it, you know, and I was dumbfounded when I got into it, and it was all one-bys and shit like that. One-bys and bubble gum and duct tape, and I was like, this is horrible, and I rebuilt it bigger. But I went to looking at YouTube for help, and there was a guy named Genie's Garage that was doing a Shasta camper, and I started watching it. He inspired me to do that camper. I didn't do any videos on it, of course, don't have any reference, and that was back in 2012, I think. YouTube was still kind of, Yeah. But it just goes to show you, though, how inspiring YouTube can be to help people out and get them on to doing something. That's that kind of stuff right there really makes me, think, wish I would have been watching YouTube.
Yeah.
A long time ago. It can help a lot of people out.
Oh, so. For sure, man.
Winchester is about 20. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my family down there in Winchester, they were a farmer, and their last names was Pig, P-I-D-G.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Juanita.
My mother's name was Juanita, so I used to run around the house. Me and my brother run around the house, say, "Hey, you want to eat a pig?"
What's up, Power Stroke dude? How you doing, sir?
So do you have an older Fox body you're working on too?
Yeah, I got an 80. I mean, mine's an 85.
85. That's like the first year, wasn't it?
No, there were 79, Gary,
70,
right?
78 was the first Fox body, but they were the Fairmonts and stuff, and 79 was the first Fox body Mustangs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of fuel injection, first year fuel injection. Was that 85 or 86?
I think it's 86.
86, okay.
I'll be back in 1 sec, guys.
So, well, actually, it depends what your definition is. I have the throttle body injected fuel injection, which is garbage.
Just slow third. So, throttle body injected. So, what do they have?
Like carb, and it's got 2 injectors sitting right in.
Oh, just basically like the Chevys were back in that time too. Yeah.
Injection, but the new
2 injectors.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a carb that I want to swap on. I just got to figure out everything that goes into that.
What all you doing to it?
The Fox body?
Yeah.
Well, so I've got some great people I've met because of that car, but somebody local to me. So that's a flat tappet TBI motor. So throttle by injected motor. So it makes like no power. Like if it was brand new, it'd be making like 150 horsepower. I had a guy local to me. I was going to buy a motor from a guy, it was a YouTube channel, Yellow Fox Body guy, and that fell through because I think he was going to build the motor with his son. Then there was another guy who I was just talking to local to me, and I was just like, yeah, I was going to buy a motor from, he knew this guy. I was like, from Willie over there, but he's going to build it with his son, so it kind of fell through. So I guess I'm just going to see what I can do with the motor I got. He's like, well, I got a motor in my shed, and I was like, well, is it okay? Like, what state is it in? He's like, well, it's in pieces, but it runs. Like, I just took it apart because like a bolt housing snapped. And he said he ended up putting like a 427 in his Fox. He's like, he didn't need it anymore. I was like, well, what do you want for it? He's like, you come get it. You can have it. So like I had somebody donate the motor. I've met a lot of people have helped me with this car a lot. So like and I'm trying to start to recognize these people as best I can. So like I'm letting everybody who's contributed something huge to like put their mark on the car. So like my kids, unfortunately, not unfortunately, it's good because they're my kids. So they took a huge, my 4-year-old wrote his name massive inside the trunk. But like the guy came, MJI, he came down here. He helped me install long tube headers, which was one of the worst things ever. But we got him on here, and he's going to sign it. I'm going to let the guy who gave me the motor sign it, and let the guy who helped me pick up the motor sign it. And then, I got a couple people who already earned their mark, and I'm trying to make sure I recognize everybody because I think that's a cool little display piece and cool story for that car.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the people in the car community. Mostly, I'm always surprised at the way people are willing to help. I mean, just a lot of cool people. I don't, and I don't see near, and maybe it's me being in the tool community too long. I feel like I should have. I jumped into something I probably shouldn't have that I didn't. I like it, but I like the people in the car community a lot. And the more people I've met, it just seems like a lot of cool shit, man. You can see people have a lot of cool stuff and history and whatnot out there and just helping people out and, meeting people.
I have a very difficult time. So I grew up, right? The way I was raised is that you get nothing more than what you earn. Like you're not given things, right?
Right.
So when people like offer stuff is like, I have a hard time accepting these things. So like the guy gave me the motor, I kept trying to force money into his hands and he kept refusing me. So it's just how I was raised. So I'm still at a point where I'm like the people who've helped me and like MJI, I tried to give him money for gas. The dude refused. Like he didn't have to do that. And
he drove how many hours to get to your house?
4 hours.
With
a V8, V8 truck. And so like I honestly I couldn't thank him enough. And I wish I could have done more. Like I wish I could have given more. He didn't have to do that. It blows me away the character of some people. And I'm glad to see that there's still good people out there because there's a lot of people in the car community that are also toxic and kind of wreck it for other people. So,
it's a fickle thing. And I'll tell you, I got controversy, as well as I do. I'm not going to hide from anything about it. People, talk crap about, they'll see people give me big donations on my channel and stuff like that. And at first I had a really hard time accepting it, but then I started to learn that I could also pay it forward. The biggest problem is the people that think they need to be in your ass about it and tell you, what you need to do with it and this and that. And I don't go around bragging about it. I don't like to make videos about it because that's how I am about it. Kind of like I don't feel like I should have to make a video. It's weird to get a camera in a guy's face, and maybe it's just me here in Iowa. People do not like to be filmed, and especially if I say, "Hey, I'm going to give you something. Can I film this?" It makes it really awkward really quick.
Yeah.
And that is a tough thing. And then people want me to justify my, things that I do. But obviously I don't sit around here with all these tools that if I don't need something, I have given an entire set of tools to a couple kids around here to try to get them motivated into a mechanic. And I love seeing them work on stuff. I have one kid that's full-fledged. He's going hard, working on stuff. He's making money. He's seeing the benefits of having a good set of tools and stuff like that. And we even helped out a guy that had his tools stolen around here. But, it's easier locally for me to do that. But it's not something that you can just film and say, hey, look, you helped this guy out. It's really, and that's kind of the car community. I see guys, hey, I got this part, I'll send it to you. But I feel like that's always been like that, because I've had parts, I keep parts, like if I tear something off a car, and I stockpile parts, and I was like, hey man, if you need that, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, I took this off this other car that worked. Now, granted, it didn't cost me a lot of money, but still, that's kind of, you're talking about if a guy had an alternator that went bad and he needed an alternator, that saved him $100.
Yeah.
So
that's 4 Blue Days.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how I did learn through the car community. I have a bunch of buddies that have hot rods, and that's exactly, I learned from hanging around with them, going to the small car shows. And back in the day when shit wasn't even really worth as much. I mean, back when you could buy a Chevelle, when I was in high school, graduated, you could still buy a Chevelle for $5,000. Imagine that.
When I graduated from high school, you could buy it for $500.
Right. Exactly. Well, I mean, dude, it's crazy. The prices. I mean, even that stupid truck I bought, I was tickled to get it for what I got it for, which was under $2,000. But that truck is easily, I could turn around and sell it right now and make money on it. And they're just stupid, the amount of money that they get. And I'm thinking to myself, I paid just over $2,000 in 1993 for a perfectly good one, like shiny paint, fresh 327, running, driving, sparkly truck. And that truck now, if I'd have bought that same truck now, would have been well over $10,000. And people say, oh, the car market's going to drop out. I've never seen the car market ever drop out. Nothing's ever been devalued. It may be in current years. So if it's in the 20-year range, like, I mean, granted, my 2003 Subaru is never going to be worth $10,000 right now. But I mean, dude, even I've seen Chevettes even going for $5,000-6,000. They used to give those things away when you bought a Corvette sometimes.
Oh, there was a dealer here local. This is just, side note here. I think it was local, but they're selling a Geo Metro for $9,995 because of the gas crisis.
I seen a Z24 Cavalier for sale the other day for $7,400.
What year was that?
It would have been a 2000 or 1990. It was the square body, 94. Before, I think 95 was the first year, the rounder body. 93 or 94. It was a Z24 coupe.
Did it have 4 eyes?
What's that?
Did it have 4 eyes, 4 lights?
You should have had a solid.
I think it did. The 2 side-by-sides up front.
Yeah, so that'd be 87.
Okay, maybe it was an 87.
Because the 94.
I had that car. That was my first car. And those cars are worth, 87 was the only one that had a functional hood scoop. And they're actually worth a lot of money.
Yeah, these
things last forever.
Yeah, a 3100 in them or a 2.8 are great motors. That's all I drove. Obviously, being that I was 16 in 1995, my first thing I did when I had this truck, I wrecked my 66. So the first year I had it, my dad told me, don't drive this truck. You need to preserve it. Only use it when you can. Of course, I didn't listen, and I started hopping it up a little bit more, and I wrapped it around a tree, which then I rebuilt the whole damn thing and redid it myself. But then I learned, so I bought a car. So my first car I bought was an 81 Honda Civic. That was my daily driver. Then I bought a Z24 Cavalier and started learning a lot about those 2800s and 28s and 3100s, and they were great motors. I was a huge GM fan back in the early 90s because of that's all I ever drove. 3800s, 31s. I mean, I used to be able to do intake gaskets on those things in like no time. I made a shit ton of money off working on those cars. Knew them all in and out, 4.3s, all that shit. Yeah, they were. I can't believe the price of them now. If I would have kept that Z24 that I had, I'm just like, and that stuff's coming back around though now.
There's a little click. There's a group of people that hunt.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, Gary.
Go ahead.
There's a group that collect like those 4i Z24s, highly sought after. They're super rare.
Well, the Beretta GTs, they're pretty much the same car.
But
All
yeah,
that same body styles.
What about the Sunfire GTs? I had one of
Yeah,
those.
Sunfire. Yep. There you go. Yep.
those are good cars. But that's what people wanted back in those days because those cars lasted forever.
Yeah.
That was
They
my
would-
first brand new car.
The body would rust off those cars before they quit running.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, GM, that was the height of GM, in my opinion, for their cars. They lost it after 2000. They went downhill. And quite frankly, I think all their shit after 2000, in my opinion, even though I love the LS, don't get me wrong, the LS is a great platform, but their trucks, which I still drive a 2002, they're absolute shit. The bodies are shit. The interiors are shit. Everything falls apart on them. They're like a Dodge.
Well, those like 99 350s would last forever. I had a buddy who had one, I think it was a 99 or 98, but his Suburban, the dude crossed 500,000 miles. All he ever did was oil changes. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, there was I have the TB or the Vortec motor was not my favorite because it had a lot of problems too. Intake gaskets on those things were just like you had to change those things out every 50,000 miles. I was glad to see the LS. I first didn't like the LS, but then I became accompanied to it. The LS can definitely outlast the Vortec motors, but the truck bodies in that back then were better. It's GM has just gone so much farther backwards. Ford is the one for me that I've turned to become more looking at Ford stuff now, where I like the Ford pickups. Why I don't own one, God doesn't know. But here in Iowa, Ford trucks are like they're the king here.
But I'm going to tell you something. I got to say something to Corey here. Corey, I want to tell you something. People that live in Indiana, especially the younger people, are plumb freaking wild. I got family all over the United States, and the ones in Indiana are the nuttiest.
Well, that's why I feel about people in Minnesota.
Oh my goodness, man! I'm telling you,
people in Minnesota spend so much time inside during the winter that when summer comes, they go buck wild.
I've been stuck down in Winchester, Indiana. I've been stuck down there when the snow was over the top of my dad's station wagon.
Oh
Yeah.
That must be the same reason, huh?
I mean, we have a lot of time in winter in here, and I think Indiana and Iowa have pretty much similar weather. It's Indiana, Ohio, all that stuff right across the board here. Minnesota, though, those guys up there, they're on Canadian level, like that up there. Michigan, upper Michigan, upper Illinois, across there that board. Those guys get a little bit.
I'm in upper Illinois.
Are you upper Illinois? There you go.
He's in the murder capital of the country.
Oh, there you go. Chicago gets some nasty weather. I mean, besides the wind, I mean, they get it all right there.
So I had family up in the Upper Peninsula, and they were just normal folk.
Well, they're used to it.
But they live on their snowmobiles all winter and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of snowmobiles up there. Oh shit! You got to leave now, Bruns. Wayne's Cody's here.
The only thing good about being here in Iowa is that we get some good weather, some bad weather, but there's not nothing really too crazy exciting. Obviously, we don't have oceans or anything like that, but it's just like right now, it's 85 degrees, no humidity. There's decent days here where it's not just dad blasted hot, but then some days the humidity comes in and it just wrecks you. I mean, it's air you can wear here, and which is a lot.
It's been here.
What's that?
As of last week, it's been really comfortable here, and I'm in the southeastern part of Michigan.
Oh, are you? Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, that's up the north in the summer times. I always say go north in the summer, south in the winter. That's my motto. Don't travel south in the summer.
Yep. Snowbirds.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to have a place in the wintertime somewhere south because I can't stand it here anymore. Yeah, I've had my fill of it.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah, it just gets to your bones.
Yes, but it is good for your system.
Yeah. Oh, the old Ford
breathing and stuff.
The old Ford the 300 straight sixes. Yeah, those things were beast.
And that's like the slant six Chryslers, man.
I was gonna say my dad used to have a slant six Dart back in the day.
They had those things I worked on an 85 Dodge D100 not too long ago. And I absolutely couldn't remember. I couldn't believe that I didn't remember that they were still putting them into those trucks. Clear up to then. That's got to be one of the I guess they say the 350 is the longest running motor, but that has to be a close second. I mean, that straight six is gone. That was how long did they have that thing out there for?
Forever.
Early 50s?
Forever.
Yeah,
That's
it
because
did.
it's a bulletproof motor. It's one of the best ones they made.
Yeah. You get, a lot of straight sixes were good motors. They just didn't get the deserve. I mean, I got a straight six in that truck right there, and it's probably shot. I've been dinking with it, and I haven't had much time, but I should be working on it right now. But it's getting to be close to 10 o'clock here, and then by the time I start on it, I'm always like, well, you need to get to bed. But
Yeah, it's about 11 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10:51 here.
They're good motors. They last and they do the job, but they just didn't build the power to make people tickle people's excitement enough, and they didn't make the noises. Not like some of the six cylinders now. I mean, some of the sixes now are making some serious horsepower for like the 3.5 Chrysler. I had a Chrysler 300, and that thing was impressive for being a V6, in my opinion. 260 horsepower.
Well, what year?
What year? Mine was I bought mine new in 2008. There was a 3.5 high output, but I was told I was talked into buying it. I wanted to buy a 5.7, and my buddy's like, he's a Chrysler tech, and he's like, don't buy the 5.7, it'll blow up on you in 100,000. Buy the 3.5, it'll last forever. I put 200,000 miles on it. Huh?
Don't the 5.7s have issues with the lifters?
Prince Jamie.
What's up, Jamie?
What's up, Jamie?
Yeah, the 5.7s. 5.7s have a tendency to have lifter issues, and seen a lot more of them blowing up than I have 3.5s. The 3.5s, the worst thing I ever see happen to them is the intake cracks, and it's like stupid amounts of money for that intake. But I think 3.5 is a hell of a good motor for Chrysler.
Yeah. God dang, dude, I got a freaking neck issue right here.
Look at it. You was getting ready to get out of here an hour ago.
I know. What is with you people? Like everybody, I start a live stream, nobody hops in. Then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get off, guys. And now everyone's like,
Silverback says that's always how it is.
Yeah. I didn't even have any intentions of jumping on. I was just gonna say hi.
Man. You're good, bro.
I literally was just stopping to say hi because I was like, oh, I'm sure he'll be quitting now.
Yeah, dude, you're a good personality. I enjoy talking with you. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I like having good conversations with car guys and seeing what's going on. I like talking to different people too. Yeah. Talking about tools all the time gets kind of annoying, because then you end up getting in an argument with somebody, and I offend them because I'm like, listen, I just don't have that same feeling you do, and I don't know how to say.
Sorry,
no, you're good.
I commented on that post you made about that. I was like, yeah, dude. Whenever people just start bickering about random things, like I can't listen to this. Like I've got better things to do with my day than to listen to an argument. Like you like what you like, and that's fine.
Right.
Who cares?
Right. It's just like I don't really even care what anybody buys, and I think everybody thinks that I've got this big personality about that. Like I don't like you if you don't buy Snap-on. Well, hell, I don't even own that much Snap-on, to be honest with you. I mean, they represent 25% of probably my total tool intake, and somehow I got jumped into that deal. And then of course if you do start on me with about that, I will say I'm notorious for, okay, well, here you go, you got this guy, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tickle you a little bit. I'm going to tickle your trigger a little bit. If you're going to jump on me, it's just like an opportunity for me to hit you up. Oh, okay, well, you think Snap-on's bad? I just know the truth about a lot of these guys, and any corporation doesn't give a shit about you, no matter who it is. And you think Ford Motor Company cares that you're talking about Mustangs on YouTube? They could give a shit less. GM doesn't care. None of these people care about anybody unless you had 5 million subscribers and you were making an impact on their business. That's the only time they're going to give a shit. And that's kind of where it all boils down to. Now, I won't say that I haven't made an impact on stuff because I know Harbor Freight knows me because I've had people from their corporate office contact me. So, but I just don't like the lies. Lyle Tools is one of my favorite tool companies. They're here in Iowa. They build a quality, affordable tool. They don't build everything, so they don't meet the needs of every person. But I know those guys. When I talk to them, it's like talking to you guys, and they don't give a shit who you are, whether you're, Bill Clinton or, whoever. It doesn't matter. They're so laid back and so chill, so cool. Hey, Jamie, they're just, and they've been around for over 120 some years. They've seen it all and they've heard it all, and they understand that the corporations have just turned into snakes, and the marketing and how they trick people to buy shit. I mean, hell, it's everywhere. TV ads, all that shit, all that stuff.
I'm worried about. All right, and I will not talk politics on my channel.
Right.
I'm on because of what I do for a living.
Right.
But what I'm worried about is here. We're supposed to get this gas federal tax break right here soon.
Oh yeah.
Well, watch that tax break happen. But in the meantime, the price of gas actually sneaks up underneath it. You're not going to see it. It's going to be shielded by that drop. So then when the taxes come back, then you're going to be like, oh, all the prices are back. I'm just curious. I'm waiting for that to come on.
It's the same old magic trick.
Browford, they've done the exact same thing back when the Twin Towers they did it before.
What's up, TK?
Yeah. It's a magic trick. They're playing all of us. That's the thing, is they want us all to be fighting each other as the blue collar, all the blue collar people, all the people that are actually paying taxes and working. Because if we don't do it, and you can see, this isn't political. This is just a fact of life. You can see that all these people that aren't working now, that how much drama they're causing in corporations and whatnot. They're having to redesign their whole entire entities on how they're operating because they can't get product out or this and that. And it's frustrating them. But that just goes to show you how much control people just a little guy has. If 10 guys didn't show up at a business and they were key players in how that business operated, it destroyed that company in one day. So they were leaning on people, and I know I was a guy that was leaned on when I was working for a company, and I got tired of it. I got tired of them telling, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go work for myself. If I'm going to have to be this stressed out working for somebody else, I might as well be stressed out and work for myself.
Hey, TK, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's up, TK?
What's up, TK? Just is what it is,
Yeah. But so. I need I need some relief, man. My daily's killing me. I'm paying $100 at least a week just to keep gas in my car.
Oh shit!
In my car. That doesn't include.
How far do you drive?
I mean, it's not.
Well, it doesn't take much to blow $100.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably about. I'm probably drive about 20 miles each way.
That adds up. That's 40 miles a day. That's not cheap.
Well, the base here is huge. Like, if I have to go out, so say I go to my office and then I have to go to a range to go watch some training event. I could be driving legitimately 45 minutes before I even get to that range from my office. And then guess what? I still got to go back to my office and then go home. So that's not included in the 40 I told you before. Usually I have a staff car, which is fine. But like if I don't have that, then I'm footing the bill for that gas.
Yeah, the gas is definitely putting a hurting. I don't really know the logistics of why. I don't believe, and there's so many theories and whatnot, but you can definitely tell. And the only reason I bought this Subaru I'm driving now is because I was like, oh, I'm going to save a little bit of gas mileage. Screw it. Normally I don't even care because normally I'm driving customers' cars because I'm always test driving their cars to figure out problems. So I will say that gas doesn't affect me near as much as it does a lot of people, but even a customer will complain to me now where they weren't complaining about, hey man, there's a quarter tank of fuel gone. Well, what am I supposed to do? And it's a catch-22. You can't diagnose a vehicle without test driving it. And that's just part of the deal. But now it's going to cost the customer more because they're paying me more and they're paying more for gas. And then they're like, well, you should put money in my car for gas. And I'm like, no, that's really not.
Sometimes you need more than one test drive just to get it right. You know what I mean?
Well, when you do a reset on a code, it actually takes 3 cycles to see if it activates back in. Sometimes that means up to 20 miles.
TK says paying $619 for premium. Jesus.
That's 608 right where I'm at.
Well,
it went down to 418 here.
It's $5.79 here for premium.
It's
Jesus. In
$4.71
Michigan?
here. It was at $5. It's
Wow.
$4.71 here. So
That's for premium.
Wait,
And then
Gary,
they
how
cut
much
out
for premium?
ethanol.
$5.79 for premium.
Yeah, before I left Michigan on Sunday, I think I paid $5.60.
Okay.
And last
There
week-
you go. That Chef, I believe that after watching your lawn mowing video the other day. That's why I said you need to get goats. Cheap, no fuel. You're paying, they're eating the fuel that you give them. I'm telling you. And then you turn around and sell them and you make money.
$514 in gas? Holy shit, TK, you need to get yourself a Volkswagen.
Dude, I'll tell you what, dude. I was shocked when I filled up my Subaru last couple of times. $60
Jesus.
to fill up a 15-gallon tank. Are you freaking kidding me? And
That's
over
actually
100
probably-
in my pickup?
That's probably close to what I'm paying, TK, between me and my wife.
And then I also tow customers' cars too, because I have a trailer with a winch and stuff on it. And I will, as a courtesy, I'll go pick up. And I went 40 miles away to pick up a car, and I'm like, boom, half a tank of gas. And I'm like, damn, I was like, I didn't even think about that when I told him. I was like, yeah. Towing cars, dude. Have you seen what they're? It used to be you could get a tow for $35-$40. Now they're up to $100 a tow for just a couple miles.
So I left Michigan. I had a 21 Mach 1 on my trailer. Left Michigan, drove to Jackson, Tennessee. From Jackson, Tennessee, went to Crossville, Tennessee. Crossville, Tennessee, back up to Michigan, $800 in fuel.
See, that's another thing that's like hanging me up. Like, I want to go do this driving event up in Connecticut, but God, man, I don't want to spend $1,000 just going up there.
I believe I listened. DD's Speed Shop said that they came down and because they went to Power Tour, and I think he said he spent $1,600 on fuel total for Power Tour. Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh my God! Well, Car Mob went to freaking Georgia, picked up a car, drove down there, picked up a Shelby down there, drove it all the way across to Arkansas or Alabama,
Arizona,
back to Tennessee, and then back to Michigan.
Did you drive in Arizona? Did he go to Arizona?
No, Alabama is boosted.
Oh, got it.
I was looking at buying a 53 Bel Air the other day, and I really wanted to buy this car, but the guy was so far away, and I was like, listen, man, we couldn't come to agreement on the price. And I said, here's the deal, man. I'm going to have $500 wrapped up in fuel. That's what's holding me up. And I said, if you can meet me halfway there, he goes, I'm not coming down anymore. And I said, I understand. I said, but here's the that's the problem. Like, that's an extra $500 wrapped up in that car to run fuel, for the fuel to go pick it up. Makes a big difference when you're looking at buying something versus, if you're going to spend $5,000 versus $5,500, at a price in mind. I'm a cheap bastard too, so that definitely didn't help out a lot. But
Shade Tree right here says that he gets 15 miles a gallon on his Durango. Now I used to sell a lot of cars to guys in Kentucky. They'd come up here, bring those little trailer dollies, and they'd pick up cars. That's what they told them with those old Durangos.
My Sequoia, I've learned, gets so the placard says 13 city, 16 highway. I've learned that I get 16 miles per gallon whether I'm doing 45 miles per hour or I'm doing 85 miles per hour. There's literally no difference. I get the same mileage.
you know what? Everybody talks about buying diesel too to beat gas mileage. And here's my other problem with buying, because I was looking at buying a diesel pickup. Unless maybe you buy like an old IDI truck, which then you're probably not going to get as good of a gas fuel mileage, but you could probably dump some waste oil in it to run it.
Yeah.
You got oil changes. You know how much oil change on a diesel pickup is now? I just quoted out a guy the other day to do an oil change on his diesel truck, $300. So let's say you take that truck and you got 2,000 miles in it, plus you got to do an oil change. Now you got your fuel mileage on top of that. I mean, it's such a chess game to play now if you're wanting to save money when you're going to pick up something or go drive somewhere.
That's pretty good.
I got 3.5 in my Ford, the EcoBoost, and I'm telling you, I pull that trailer. I drive 70, 75, 80 miles an hour pulling that trailer. No problem. I get about anywhere between 14 and 17 miles to the gallon. Depends on if I'm driving flat or up a mountain.
It used to cost me $120 to change my oil, my 7. Yeah, The price of oil went way up, though. I mean, dude, windshield washer fluid. I bought 55-gallon drum of windshield washer fluid the other day. Okay, and somebody said to me, "Hey, can I get a gallon of that windshield washer fluid?" And I said, "Yeah, it's going to be $3. That's what I paid." He goes, $3, dude. It's $1 a gallon. I said, "Have you looked and seen
When's
what
the last
windshield
time
washer?
it's been $1 a gallon?
Yeah, have you looked and seen what windshield washer fluid is a gallon now? It's like $7-8 a gallon. But you guys remember when it was 99 cents a gallon?
Don't they
That's
sell them at dollar stores?
I don't even think you can get it at a dollar store for $1.
Everything at dollar store now is $1.25.
Oh,
Yeah.
and no, it's
For windshield washer fluid?
it's anywhere from $5 and so down. Like it's the dollar store. It goes, but I've seen they got $5 objects. They got other objects.
Are they legitimately? You guys are saying they legitimately are selling windshield washer fluid for $1.25? Because if so, I'm going in there to buy a whole pallet tomorrow.
Everything at a dollar store is not $1 anymore.
Oh no, hell no, yeah. You go to Dollar General, there ain't nothing $1 anymore. Hell, there ain't nothing been $1 for probably a couple years now. Yeah, but yeah, $3 minimum, and that's a 55-gallon. That's not even that's pre-mixed. That's not concentrate. That is 100% straight up. I paid $3 a gallon for 55-gallon drum of washer fluid, and that's the cheapest I can get it.
Well, it used to actually, well, the dollar tree actually used to be everything was $1.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And then inflation got so bad that they cannot sustain that.
Now it's a $1.25 tree.
Yeah, right. So I mean, the general dollar and nothing never really was $1 there. It was just general.
Right.
Dollar.
That's
But it was still cheaper than going anywhere else.
Well, I know at one time, one guy that had a shop used to buy washer fluid at the dollar store or something like that because it was so dirt cheap. But I think that was like the last resort before they actually upped their prices on it too. But it's just, and granted, everything's inflated. But if you look at it, I've always asked people, I said, think about this. Look at from 1960 to 1990, the inflation rate, and then look at the inflation rate from 1990 to now. I mean, it's almost quadrupled. I mean, when I was a kid, shit was relatively, I remember paying 78 cents a gallon for gas. And now we're up to $5 a gallon. I mean, that's 3 times the price right there off the bat.
Later, Miss Jamie.
Bye, Miss Jamie.
Later, Jamie.
That's insane. And nothing's been that high throughout history. We've never had this kind of jump throughout history.
Oh,
so
dude, my taxes on my house went up $1,000.
Wow.
$1,000, and everybody around here. It's not just me. Everybody around here. It's ridiculous, man. We're getting ready to have a big crash.
I'm not saying you're not wrong at all because I don't see any other way to solve this. To be honest with you, I mean, at this point, it's scary, but the reality of it is prepping your best friend. That's all I can say. I mean, like.
Brosford, not to change the subject, but did you see that 61 MGA that I had on my short?
I've not yet. No, Gary.
Dude, this thing is the bomb. This little car.
MGA, you get a fresh MGA. They look good. Actually, I think a guy down the road from me. I'm trying to see what he's got under a tarp. It looks like it might be an MGB, which I'd be interested in. I'd be like, hey man, you should have moved here about 2 years ago.
Yeah, you guys getting into the MG stuff now?
No, I had an MG before I had the Fox Body. Yeah, I did. It fell in my lap. I got it for $500.
I've never fit in one, so I've always never really paid much attention to them. But I got a buddy he's got a pretty nice one.
They're fun.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's the guys that have them love them. There's no doubt about it. There's absolutely they will tell you right now they're the greatest cars ever.
Well, they're
kind of like Miata guys.
They're death traps, though. That's for sure. I was so I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I had 2 sons at the time, and we were about to have a third. And I was like, you know what? I want a car that I can just take my sons in. So that's why I was like, Mustangs are more my style anyway. Like, I like this car. It was a fun car. I'm getting there. I'm working on it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. It's even got a hard top on. It's a pretty little unit there.
Yeah. But I was like, I want a car I can take my kids in. The freaking MG, I was so worried that I was going to get, hit one day and just killed.
So how many cars do you? What do you? I don't really know much about you, Mr. Mach 1. I know Sublime GT a little bit from. I haven't been on live streams a whole lot. I'll be honest with you. I don't get a whole lot of time to watch stuff. But how
Nah,
many?
you're
What,
good,
what
man.
what kind of? Do you have like a salvage yard? You say or?
Well, is that we have a salvage yard, but I closed it down in 2002 because I went to work for a shop.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting ready to open it back up. So over the years, I've bought cars for it like that. So I got about.
Oh, you got it. You got yourself.
Right. I got a YouTube channel. It's called Lee's Auto Parts 2. So I got Mr. Mach 1 and I got Lee's Auto Parts, which I don't do a lot on Lee's Auto Parts yet, but you can go over there and get an idea of what's going on.
That's it. You got any 65 truck parts laying around up there?
I wish I did.
Well, damn it. I don't know that I'm gonna change a whole lot on this truck, but it's always nice to know if there's somewhere you can go to get some or see something.
But my plan is I'm going to retire in 5 years. I'm going to go back in the junk business full time.
Probably be a lucrative deal. You know, I mean, my buddy Danny Gavant, they had a place here. They sold out back when the last height of the steel deal was. They sold out their junkyard and cashed out and made out like fat cats. And they'd been in it for years. And they said they couldn't have timed it better.
She come and brought me this, and she come from the wrong way. What is this?
Rum and Coke?
No, it's iced tea, I guess.
Oh.
Well, guys, I need to go to bed because I have to work.
Appreciate you having me on.
Hey, appreciate you hopping in here, guys.
Yeah.
You guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for having me up. Peace.
Everybody have a good night. Thanks, everybody. CP, thank you for the super chat. David, thank you for the super chat. Did not have to do that, but we'll put it to good use. Trying to get the Fox 100%. All right, guys. Everybody have a good night. See you guys probably next week, but I'm not sure. We'll see.
Have a good night.
Yeah, later, Matt.